Okay, one. Let's go.
Hi, a very warm welcome to all our viewers on the second episode of Fanspire Football Podcast. As the podcast goes, it's for the fans, by the fans. Tonight, and before I proceed further, a very happy Independence Day to all our viewers and all the panelists that we have today. Tonight, obviously, we are going to be discussing. We had some fantastic games during the week, starting with the Europa League quarterfinals, and then, of course, followed by the Champions League games we had. And we still have one more game to go tonight. So we got our panelists, and we're going to be discussing the fabulous results. We are looking forward to hearing the views and comments of all the panelists, and of course, the viewers who are out there. Whilst the discussion is going on, please share your comments on all the games that have happened, and also if you have any queries, you have any uh, views on tonight's game, a big game coming up between City and Olympic Lyonnais, please let us know about it. So first, we're going to get started with the Europa League, and we have two panelists with us. Let me introduce you to them. We have a Manchester United fan, Siddharth Rupani. Hi, Siddharth. And we have a
Hi.
Inter Milan fan, Arun Krishnan. Siddharth is pursuing his degree in bank and insurance, and Arun Krishnan is an investment advisory. So, welcome to the show. And Siddharth, we first move on to you and
Yes.
your views on the game against Copenhagen.
Yeah, it was a tough game,
Everyone,
man. It was a tough.
it turned out to be a tough
It
game.
was.
Everyone expected a walk in the park, but you guys made it really
Yes,
tough.
yes. We started a bit sloppy, very much sloppy in our defense with Eric Bailly and Maguire. Means it was no communication between the defense and everything was going hazardous. And then after that, after 30-35 minutes, we came into the game back, and then unfortunately that Mason Greenwood offside goal, which was not given. But then in the second
Okay.
half, again when we came back, it was like Bruno Fernandes hitting the crossbar, Greenwood hitting the crossbar. Means we were dominating in all sectors. But yeah,
You
I
guys
also
created
expected a
you guys created a lot of chances,
yes, very much.
but
And it was a history for that Copenhagen keeper. He saved 13 goals of means 13 shots of ours.
exactly.
So
Yes,
I
absolutely. So
thought that it would
you
be
had
a
a
war,
fantastic
it
game.
would be a cake, it would be a cakewalk, and that team means it was a hungry team to win. And we also thought we would win around 4-0, 5-0 easily, but they made it tough for us. Very much tough.
All right. Okay, fantastic.
Manchester United,
And
Manchester United played really good. They created a lot of chances. The only thing they didn't create is the penalty opportunities for Bruno Fernandes to score.
okay, and they've been
Yeah,
scoring. They've been getting a lot of penalties this season. I think it's been 16 or 17 penalties that
it's
they've been
21
awarded. I
penalties
think
in
this
all
season.
competitions.
21
21
penalties. There we
penalties
go. All
in
right.
all competitions.
So obviously they're very lethal in the final third. All right, we're going to move to
Yeah.
the Inter fan. Arun, Inter,
Yeah,
I think, did a clinical job on Leverkusen. They were very, very good.
yeah.
And your thoughts on the game?
The first 10 minutes, it was just brilliant. Like I've never seen Inter play like that in the first 10 minutes. We normally take time to settle and then we try to attack, but this 10 minutes was completely different. And the Lukaku's goal, that was marvelous. He already had said to Carragher once that once he holds the place like that, there's no defender who can beat him, and he did score that. And he reminded Carragher that I said you this. And yeah, and then, yeah, our defense is again sloppy, which we need to fix.
Okay, Lukaku, I saw the game was literally bullying the Leverkusen defense with his physicality, and he had a brilliant game. I agree with that. So next up for United, Siddharth, it's going to be Sevilla. They
Yeah.
are the Europa royalty, if you may call them.
Yeah.
You know,
Five.
the number of
Five-time
Europa leagues
champion.
that they have won. Yes, absolutely. So how do you see that game going? And you got that game, I think, in 2 days' time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah, that game. I See, I seen that game as a game where we play all out. Means it's going to be tough. Yeah, I know it's going to be tough. Sevilla with lot of experience at the back and probably ever Banega, who is a masterclass midfielder. He is going to create chances for us, here for them. Plus hungry players like Ocampos and everyone. So yeah, we have to go all out, keep our heads up and just bang it.
Sevilla's having a good season. The coach, manager
Yeah,
Lopetegui is getting them playing some really attractive football. They play
really, yes,
keep a lot of keep a lot of ball possession, very technically sound players. So it will
yes,
be a very interesting game for United. They'll really have to step it up from the previous game if they have to
very,
get a
yes,
positive result.
yes, yes. That's going
All
to
right,
has
and
to happen.
okay. So is any news on the team front? You have a fully fit squad. Are there any injuries for United?
No, no, no injuries, no injuries. I would only, if I was in Ole's shoes, I would have made a change. I would have put Romero back on bench and played Daya.
That's an interesting one you bring up. I'm glad you bring it up because De Gea is having a terrible outing, absolutely terrible.
Yes,
He seems a
ab-
nervous wreck. His confidence is
very
low,
much,
so it's reflecting in his goalkeeping, and as a result, the defense in front of him are also as are pretty insecure. So you think
very much.
Star should bring in Romero?
No, I don't think I stick to our number one goalkeeper, David, and I
Okay,
play with the same back four. I only make one more
right.
change is that I put Eric Bailly out and put our usual Victor Lindelof centre back with Harry Maguire pairing.
All right. So,
Yeah,
Eric Bayer has obviously come after a very long layoff, so
yeah, he has
he's not
lot of
exactly
injuries.
completely match fit, and obviously that
Yes,
confidence obviously is not. He's a very good defender, undoubtedly a very good defender. But yes, that's an
yes,
interesting take out here. Coming to our Inter fan Arun Krishnan, you guys play Shakhtar Donetsk,
Yeah,
deceptively very good team. Shakhtar Donetsk, full of Brazilian flair, and they
the
rolled
three
past Basel.
the three Brazilian trio
yeah,
on the front, Junior, Tyson, and Alan Patrick, they have been destroying teams left, right, and center. So yeah,
Exactly.
again, the biggest issue is our defense. So this game will be, this is full on attack because the Shakhtar defense are bad, our defense is sloppy. Our attack is too good, and the Shakhtar attack is too good. So this is going to be an all-out
Okay.
attack game. And
All right.
yeah,
So
and
it's
the issue is with Alexis Sanchez. He has taken a knock in the last game, and seems like he'll be
okay.
out for this game. And since he's
Oh,
fully fit, he's back in the squad. So he's in the bench.
all
Hopefully,
right.
he makes an appearance.
Okay. So yes, as neutrals, we are all looking forward to both these games, and they're going to be exciting games. And it's I'm going to ask you guys to stick your neck out. Obviously, both of you are the supporters of your respective teams, but are you expecting any kind of an upset, Siddharth? You think Man United is going to get past Sevilla?
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes. He'll
confident.
get
You want to
past.
stick your neck
Yeah,
out, and
we.
give us a prediction.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely go through. We'll
All
definitely
right.
we'll play
Okay.
stick to our playing usual 11 that was playing when we had our project restart in the Premier League where Manchester United means I was like black bastard seeing them defeating 5-2, 3-0,
Right.
3-0. So yeah,
All right.
we'll stick to our
Okay.
first 11.
All right. So Siddharth says stick to the best playing 11, and they are. He seems very confident that they'll get past Sevilla. Very, very good team. And Arun, Shakhtar Donetsk, your
Um,
take?
yeah, 3-2, a 3-2 win in 90 or maybe extra time.
All right. Fantastic. So if both your teams get through, we are looking at a dream finals.
Yes,
Inter
Former
versus
Manchester United players versus Manchester United.
Exactly. So there's so much of subplots happening with Alexis Sanchez and Ashley Young and so many Premier League players. Lukaku, another Manchester United player out there. So that will go for a cracking final. So we'll keep our fingers
And
crossed. We hope for your sake
and we have a
that
new
both your
and we have a new interest on Chris Smalling too.
Yeah,
okay. Yes. Smalling, huh?
we're ready to
So
offload him.
you're
Offload
right.
him.
So fantastic. That was Arun Krishnan, the Inter Milan fan, and Siddharth Rupani, the Manchester United fan. Thanks a lot for being here. Before you guys leave, the question of the evening, and we have some fantastic prize for that. The last time round, we had the same sponsor. We are going to be having flip flops sponsored by uh, the brand. I think we're waiting for the slide. Yes, and that's a prize worth almost $1,000. That's going to be a prize almost $1,000. Okay, what we are seeing currently, that's Chubbs. Yes, that's the brand who's going to be sponsoring the prize for today evening. And before that, very quickly, we were having a look at uh, the semi-final draws that were put up by for the Europa League. And as we know now, it's confirmed United take on uh, yeah. All right, so it's United versus Sevilla and Inter Milan take on Shakhtar Donetsk, two cracking ties. So before our panelists leave, here's the question of the evening, and it's a very interesting one. So time to use your gray cells, and the question goes: who is the only player to have scored a goal in the Champions League finals, in the Europa League finals, in the FA Cup finals, and in the League Cup finals, the Carabao Cup finals, or the League Cup finals? I repeat, only player to score a goal. Please give your comments, leave your answers in the comments section. All right, and our admin team will look out for the first correct answer. I repeat, the only player to score a goal in a Champions League finals, Europa League finals, in the FA Cup finals, and the League Cup finals. This is the English League Cup finals we are talking about. So there's a hint in the question itself. And whilst you guys get thinking on it, we move on to our next segment. And now we bring in the Champions League football, and we bring in our first two panelists of the evening for Champions League. And we had a cracking tie last night, and that was between Bayern and Barca. So warm welcome to Atharva Joshi and Pranav Gyanchandani. Hi Pranav, hi Atharva.
Hi,
Hi,
Jaydeep.
Jaydeep.
Okay, so I very quick introduction. Atharva Joshi is pursuing his CA, and before the show started, we were discussing his exams have been postponed to November. So all the best for that, Atharva. And
Thank
Pranav
you.
Gyanchandani, he's an intern at Deloitte. So a warm welcome to both of you. Uh, Pranav, I can understand your disappointment, but we're going to get started with you. Let's get the
Yeah.
steam out of your system and what went wrong.
So, as fans, we are absolutely started. Even as I don't, as in, no one can understand what we are going through. Since the past 3 years, the club's progress has not increased. We are making the same mistakes again and again every year for 3 years, and our progress has been declined. We are repeating the same mistake, and it's not correct. As in, we have been. This is not the Barcelona we fans fell in love with. Players don't deserve
True.
this. There are players who have made so much efforts to get through this and reach this position where they are. We have seen Marc-Andre Ter Stegen be the best goalkeeper in the world, and he has lost his reputation in one night itself. Messi is
Absolutely.
in his final stage of his career. Maybe he has 2-3 years pending to his peak, but I don't know why, for what. How is it useful to the team? What are we competing for?
So, okay, Pranav, I'm going to come to the point. There is a small analogy out here, and as a Bayern fan, and Atharva will kind of concur. When the season started, we went through a slump. We had a change of coach. At that point of time, our players' confidence was absolutely low. Thomas Mueller, at that point of time, there were rumors that he probably leave This is under Kovac. And then there was a change of coach, change of philosophy, and Hans-Dieter Flick came in and he's turned the club on its head. He's turned the performances on the head. So you think you can pinpoint, you think the players are good enough, but the manager, the coach is not doing the right thing? What is going wrong? Or you think the players are not good enough, or maybe you got the wrong personnel? What exactly you think is going wrong?
We had Valverde for 2 seasons, and frankly, all of us blamed him for whatever mishaps had happened. But since it has been third
Exactly.
year continuously that this has been going on, I don't think it is completely manager's fault. Players are to be blamed.
Okay.
And one thing, Barcelona is really not focusing into football completely. There are a lot of club
All right.
politics going on with Eric Abidal, with
Okay.
Bartomeu. The politics is affecting everything. So first thing
All right.
first, we need to have our board elections before making any decisions.
All right. So we're talking about a complete overhaul, basically,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
from
and
the
if
management, from the back room. All right.
yeah, and
Okay,
if
I
there
get
are
your point.
no
I get your point.
big changes, it would be surprising to see if there are no big changes in the club.
No, rest assured with the kind of result, and it was very embarrassing, even as a Bayern fan at the end. I think even at one point, even Flick was little stunned with the result because he had a little blank expression because he couldn't believe what was the final result that was there. So I fully understand, and I think there's going to be not necessarily a knee jerk. This is definitely not a knee jerk reaction because last year too, you guys stumbled at the semifinals, and Liverpool came from the
Yeah,
brink and they pulled off a miracle. A year before that, it was Roma. So, yes, I think it's due. And we'll keep fingers crossed for your sake, for all the Barcelona fans' sake, and for the football in general, because we want a very strong Barcelona team in Europe. So, we'll
yeah.
keep our fingers crossed that
Will
there are changes
Bartomeu be
and good
willing to
change.
step down?
Bartomeu himself
Yeah,
won't
nice
step
question,
down.
Atharva.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
it
think
seems that
There we
he is the
Bartomeu.
go.
common,
Yeah,
he's the least common denominator in all your last 3 seasons debacles, right? So you
yeah.
have
I
changed coaches, you've made transfers, but nothing seems to be working. But he's the man up top. Buck stops with
see
him.
it if
That,
it comes to
that's
transfers, we have
that's
been
a typical
pathetic.
typical political scenario, typical politics.
Yeah,
That's where the politics taken over from football. So, like in everyday politics, the blame game will begin, but the person at the top is not going to accept responsibility, which is a shame. All right,
But
Atharva,
that's
time to
that's
you.
the thing. Our club, our top people have taken that step of like clearing the path for people like Oliver Kahn to take up. Hassan Salihamidzic is taking up more responsibility. It's
Good.
just sad to see what's happening with Barcelona, and it is
Very
completely down to politics.
all right.
we've been
So,
buying
as the
150 million players and benching them and loaning them, which is really not how a club functions.
yes,
Absolutely.
we get your point, and he's obviously referring to Coutinho. And to make matters worse, the man comes in, I think, the last 8 or 10 minutes, scores 2 goals and gives an assist. So that was
Yeah,
like really rubbing it
Imagine,
in.
imagine
So
if that
Atharva,
was
let's
for
go.
Barcelona.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So Atharva, let's go to the beginning of the season and the way the Bayern season, and that's what I was trying to explain to Pranav out here. That sometimes maybe the team is good enough, the personnel is good enough. You just need a very inspirational leader to take charge. So in our case, Kovac obviously, although he may have won the league, he did a double actually, but not good enough. We started off very sluggishly. Thomas Muller he'd completely lost his identity, and next thing we have a Dieter Flick coming in and changed the entire philosophy, the confidence of the players.
Yes,
What's your take on that?
the the start of the season feels like a lifetime ago. Honestly, I don't even remember.
Exactly.
It's been so
Yeah.
long. We had the whole lockdown phase and everything. Football was away, and it just feels so long ago that but it isn't actually. It was just this season that we were struggling. We were looking like
we wouldn't win the Bundesliga, which is saying something, because we were
Exactly.
languishing outside of the Champions League spots, and Hansi Flick came in and has absolutely changed the whole picture in such a way
So,
that we went from
you think, Atharva, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. You think Hansi Flick's association with the Bayern players at the national level for the Mannschaft, the likes of Neuer and Müller and Gnabry, you think that has helped him, to bed in faster at Bayern Munich? Because he already knew these players.
Absolutely, I think so. They won the World Cup together. If you see those montages
Exactly.
from 2014 of the national anthem being sung, Hans-Dieter Flick is right there besides Joachim Löw, and he has contributed to that national team's great results as well. And he knew those players that Löw has since discarded, Muller, Boateng, Hummels, etc. Those players, they were Löw said, I no longer require them, but Flick got these players at his hand, and he has utilized his great relationship with them, and it shows. Muller is such a leader in this Bayern squad, and his relationship with Flick, and how he must have had good words about Flick to say to other squad players, and I think this whole environment that has been created in the club is absolutely conducive to good football being played on the pitch
That's
finally.
exactly what we are discussing. That's what I was trying to bring to Pranav. Maybe you still have a fantastic squad. The players are there. Maybe you bring back Coutinho next season. You don't have to sell him. He's a quality
Yeah.
player. You need a right leader who will bring out the best out of your players. It could be a ex-Barca player. It could be a ex-national coach probably who already knows the Barcelona players from the national duty. So that's exactly what has happened with Flick. Atharva, if you remember, Jerome Boateng, he was a disaster
Yeah,
under
absolute
Kovac.
nobody, and he
We
has
were
had
certain
such
he's going to be.
turnaround.
And right now, yeah, exactly. So right now he's playing full of confidence. So it's a game of confidence, Pranav. If
Yeah,
you have the manager's confidence, and it will reflect in your performance.
but it will
Coming
be
back to
difficult
last night's
to
game,
yeah, it will be difficult to find a
yeah, carry
manager
on,
who will
Pranav.
take. It will be difficult to find a manager who will take this Barcelona in his hands.
How about Xavi?
Wow, now that's
Why not
yes,
Xavi?
yeah. Atharva was just hinting about Xavi. Maybe he needs to come back from. Is he in the Middle East? He's coaching somewhere in the Middle
Yeah,
East, so
I think he
maybe
has
he's an
already
option.
declined the offer, but all of us wants we all want Xavi to be seen as the new coach of Barcelona. We want the
All right,
Barcelona
so we'll
DNA
keep a.
back in the club.
All right, fantastic. Talking about the DNA, Atharva, yesterday, the game in itself, the press was phenomenal. And I watch a lot of Liverpool games courtesy of Jurgen Klopp. And I thought those guys had mastered the art of pressing. But last night, the pressing was at a different level. Maybe the Barca players made us look very good. That's a possibility. Because when you saw the final stat, we outran them by almost 10 kilometers, which is phenomenal in a game of 90 minutes
I
to
honestly
outrun
think
your opposition by
Atalanta in
10.
that first half pressed better than
Yeah,
us.
right?
But honestly, this Barca team was absolutely in shambles. I have no idea. It was this game. The scoreline is jaw dropping, but most of it, the responsibility goes towards Barcelona being just mentally not being there. Like they had given up in the
Okay.
first 30 minutes itself,
Yeah,
All right.
and
I'm going to be
like
very quick. We're going to wrap up this. But Atharva, in those first 10, 15 minutes, Barcelona did expose our high line of defense. There were beautiful passes
exactly.
put,
yeah.
on the wings, and the wingers and the fullbacks were making the runs. And, we really were struggling. And that is something that we have to worry against Manchester City all year, and I think it is going to be Manchester City. And that is something that our coach Flick has to worry about, playing such a high line
Yes.
of defense. In fact, the single biggest criticism when Pep Guardiola was at Bayern Munich was this high line of defense, which was his downfall in the Champions League
I
football.
think I think it's a deliberate choice the high line, of
Okay.
course, because I think the creative attacking play that we have is because of that high line. That high line is kind of
Right.
necessary for our
We really
attacking
pressing
creativity
them.
to flow. So if we
Okay. So
sit back and don't press this much, then I think we will not be able to be clinical in attack. So
all right.
I am confident that we will come on top against assuming it is City, because Lyon wasn't too
Yeah, we're
spectacular
not
against
writing
Juve.
off Lyon. We're not writing off Olympic Lyon at
But
all. So okay, wonderful.
I mean, they
So
were.
thank you very much.
Yes,
Yeah, Atharva,
thank
completed.
you.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Pranav. Thanks a lot, Atharva. And before we move on to the final segment of today, and we will call in our next two panelists, the Manchester City fan and PSG fan. There's a quick trivia that I want to share, and that's a Champions League trivia. And we've had some amazing, and this is obviously with regards to Julian Nagelsmann. Now, Julian Nagelsmann, at the age of 33 years and 23 days, is obviously the youngest manager to take his team into the Champions League football semi-finals. Not only that, he's so young that there are players who are older than him, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neuer. There are a whole host of players who are still playing active football who are older than him, and that's such a phenomenal achievement for Julian Nagelsmann. And a little bit of a trivia: his next opponent, who's going to be Paris Saint-Germain, and the coach Thomas Tuchel, is the one who gave him his first break as a coach. He was playing under Tuchel for Augsburg. He was injured, and Tuchel noted something about him, and sent him to scout for the next game, his next rivals, and that's how Nagelsmann started his managerial career, or his first steps, baby steps that he took in his coaching and managerial career. So now we're going to bring in the Manchester City fan and the PSG fan. Hi, Aldridge.
Hi.
Hi, and hello, Ruin, rather.
Hi,
I've been struggling with
Rowan.
them. Hi, Ruin. How are you doing? So
Yeah, I'm
wonderful.
doing fine.
So we have Ruin Noes. Okay, great. Ruin Noes, a quick background about him. He is in the customer care with Agio Fashions, and Ulrich Mendes. He's an IT engineer. So
Yeah.
fantastic credentials from two diverse fields. And we are going to go to Ulrich first. PSG had a fantastic game. They won it at the brink. What's your take? I mean, it was a
Exactly.
bit of a deja vu for a Bayern Munich fan to see the equalizer in the 90th minute and the winner in the injury time.
Exactly. It was a tense game. Uh, Anyone would have given up. I didn't give up. Uh, everyone underestimated Atlanta. They showed a very good game. The teamwork was excellent. The way they pressed in the first half was excellent. They pressed on Kimpembe, Thiago Silva. Then the first goal came from Pasalic, and it broke my heart. Imagine losing against Atlanta. All my friends kept teasing me, but we had our team. We wouldn't give up. Neymar played excellently, even though he missed many chances. He took the game on himself. He played as though it was for his life. Like, he played excellently. Then we had Sarabia, who was with him. Icardi's presence he was literally absent during the whole game. Like, Neymar provided him chances to score, but he didn't score. Uh, the change happened when Mbappe came in, Paredes came in, Herrera went out, then Paredes came in, Mbappe. Mbappe started the game, then Neymar got his support, the game between them both. And the first goal by Marquinhos, it was too good the way I screamed. It was excellent. Then after Atlanta started substituting their players, it was over for them. They made their key players sit down because they didn't want the yellow card to go for the next match. And then in the first 90th minute, they scored. PSG scored. In 93rd minute, we scored again. The game between Neymar, Mbappe, and then Choupo-Moting finished it. It was too good. Yeah, it was too good.
So very effective. So this is where PSG, in spite of the fact that you've lost so many players, you still had such a solid bench,
Exactly.
such a strong
Exactly.
bench to call for, which is so amazing. And that is where I think Atlanta were lacking, because I remember Zapata, his legs were gone at 60th minute.
Yeah.
He just couldn't
Even
run. And
Papu
still
Gomez.
ended
Papu
up playing
Gomez.
another 20 minutes. Yeah, ended up playing yet another 20 minutes, but Atlanta just didn't have anything on the bench. So I think that was
Exactly.
where the
Exactly.
final difference came through.
We didn't
So
have
huge
a
win.
key.
Yeah. So
We didn't
my
have a
question to you,
haymakers
Aldridge,
like.
is
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. So now my question to you, Aldridge, is with this kind of a win coming at the brink, you were just
Yeah.
minutes away from being dumped out of the Champions League,
Exactly.
and you made this fantastic comeback. You think that is going to
Mhm.
give the belief to the Paris Saint-Germain team and the players and the manager that we can go all the way into the finals?
We have our players back like Neymar. This Mbappe was on the bench. Verratti was injured. Then we didn't have a. Uh, yeah. So Mbappe was on the bench. Verratti and Di Maria was suspended. So and Neymar was
Right.
taking it all on himself. Like literally the full game he played through his life. And next game we are
Yeah.
against RB Leipzig. We won't underestimate them how we did with Atlanta, how we did with Dortmund. We will give our best. Like we will give our best, and now we have our players back. Like
Okay.
Navas is injured. Like
Right.
he's not certain for the next match, but we'll keep our hope.
Yeah.
We'll go to the next round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. So, Ruin, it's time for you. Big game tonight, or is it going to be a walk in the
Yeah,
park for Manchester City tonight?
I believe it will be a walk on a park.
Okay, yeah. So you think City is going to beat Olympic Lyon comfortably? I'm going to give you a quick
Yeah,
backdrop to tonight's game. The last time City played Olympic Lyon over two legs, all right,
yeah,
Lyon beat them 2-1 at in City at the Etihad Park, and
yeah,
they drew at
yes,
home. So they are still
yes.
undefeated to City. So you got to be a
Yeah,
little
but
careful. You have all the
yeah, but if you go to see like since last season, a lot has changed in Lyon. Like Colin Mendy is gone, Ndombele is gone, Naby Fekir is gone.
Okay.
So now it's only
Yes,
Dipe and Cornet, and now
right.
Moussa Dembele is also performing. So it's a little bit
Okay.
different, but I feel after the performance with Real Madrid, it's going to be good.
Okay. All right. So, any team news that you know of? I don't think there are any injuries except for Aguero, who's traveled with the
Yeah,
squad, but
Pep
going to be
made a
rested, I
statement
guess.
like he might come, but I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so.
Yeah,
He should be playing also. Actually,
true. So
I
you
would
are
still
absolutely at
prefer
full
Jesus.
strength. All right. Cool. So, assuming that City go through, and which everyone is expecting, I think they will be a little too strong unless there's going to be some kind of an upset. Next up
Hmm.
for City is going to be Bayern Munich. Do you want to look a
Yes.
little ahead, or you would just want to wait for tonight's game to get it over with first?
Uh, Actually, if you go to see, I'm also confident with Bayern because
Okay.
as y'all were speaking about the highline thing, like
Yeah.
they need to press. Yeah. So if you go to see, Barcelona was not that confident on the ball with their
All
pressing.
right.
I know it was a
Okay.
very high pressing and all, but we knew Barcelona being more confident with the ball, and now we see that in Manchester City. But even though
Win.
they've been pressed, they do play a long ball. Man City is
Right.
really smart about it. They did it with Real
That's
Madrid.
that's one little tactical adjustment Pep Guardiola has made and has
Yeah,
started playing this long ball. But
yeah,
otherwise, if you
and
notice, they have the same problem like Barcelona trying to play out from behind, and that is something that could
yeah,
be the downfall.
yeah. As I said, like even though they play from behind, Edison is smart enough to play those long balls to Jesus. And if you
Break
go
it
to
up.
see in the Real Madrid match, he's won most of the
Yeah.
aerials with those long balls,
Okay.
and
All
that's
right.
how City were able to attack. So I feel a little
Okay.
bit confident on that terms, like because I didn't see that in
All
the
right.
Barca match.
Okay. Wonderful. So, Ulrich, thanks a lot. We'll keep our fingers
Thank
crossed
you.
for your team when they take on RB Leipzig. And Ruin, all the best for tonight's game. And assuming that you do win, looking forward to the
Yeah.
semifinals versus Bayern Munich. So, before we wrap up, there's possibly some question and answers coming from the viewers. If there are anything, okay, here's the first one from Dennis Fernandez. This is for Atharva. With the way Bayern is performing, do you think Lever will finally have no doubt of staying with Bayern? Atharva, would you like to answer that one? I don't
Sure.
think Lever is going anywhere
Yeah, why would he? He
unless
decided
unless
that
unless
his
Dennis
best chance of winning the
unless
Champions League
Dennis
is with
meant
Bayern.
Alaba. Unless Dennis meant Alaba, because he's the one who's linked with a move away. He's the one who has not signed a new contract.
Honestly, I wouldn't miss him. We have,
Wow.
I think Davies has absolutely taken, like, this is the lineup that we have, that we fielded since our injury crisis, and we stuck with that even after
Right.
players are back. That's how much
Right.
dominance Davies has exerted over the left back position, and Alaba has been
True.
moved out. And so
Okay.
and we have incredible depth at center back. Sula and Hernandez at full match fitness will do a better job than Alaba, and Alaba seems to
Okay.
not be up there. But Lewandowski, I don't see him leaving anytime soon. Absolutely not.
All right. Okay. Wonderful. Any more questions coming in? Vineet Pawar, which Bayern team is better, the treble winning team of Jupp Heynckes or potential treble winners of Flick? Atharva, you are the man in demand, the Bayern fan in demand. The questions are coming thick and fast for you. Like to
No
stick your neck out
comments.
on this one?
No comments.
No
You
comments.
go for this one. You go for
I
this
will
one.
wait. I think Atharva will answer this question after we have wrapped up the treble, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Let's see. So
Before we have any
we'll be
more
up there.
questions, there's one more trivia coming in. And the 2019-20 Champions League semi-finals will be the first since 2005. This is an unbelievable record. Since 2005, this will be the first time a semi-finals will not feature Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Just goes to show how impactful players these two guys have been for their respective club. There's a question coming from Leon Correa, and that's now for Barca fan. For Barcelona fans, what is the potential solution for the current crisis according to you? I think we discussed that, but Rana, once more, if you would like to
So the current
reply to
scenario,
the
I think
question.
first we need to change our board. First we need to remove our president. We need to bring in a
Yeah,
coach who has the command over player. We need to bring a center back which is long due. We cannot play Pique and
okay,
Longley, both slow defenders in the Champions League anymore. We cannot win
all
with
right.
such a slow team. We need young players who can press from midfield, from
Exactly. I think
defense. Yeah,
the average age of the Barca team last evening was 29, which is on the higher
yeah,
side, undoubtedly, because most of the teams are in the vicinity of 24, 25, and it makes a big difference.
yeah, and we need to give confidence to our big money players. We need to give confidence to Dembele, Griezmann, and Coutinho, all three of them. It does not make sense that
True.
we buy players who are costing us 150 million. One is in the
Exactly.
hospital, one is on the bench, one is on loan with Bayern. So I think we
Yeah.
need to focus on our transfers as well.
True. I fully agree. Coutinho, Griezmann, and Dembele combined,
Yeah,
my guess is close to over 300 million euros easily.
yeah,
All are 100
approximately
plus.
costing 400,
350
approximately
maybe.
400.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Very true. There's a question from Vedant Roy. What is your thought on a potential move away for Messi? Now, that's an interesting one coming up because Inter has been linked. The Inter ex-president has said there will be no problem if we have to spend, we have the money to bring in Messi. Your thoughts on that? You think
I
Messi would
think
want to leave?
no one anywhere in the world would want Messi to leave Barcelona. No one can see him not wearing a Barcelona shirt. But a great, the greatest of all time like this does not deserve an end like this. For him,
Exactly.
as in, even if we want to progress, it will take us 2 to 3 years minimum to get back to what we were. So I think there is a potential
Alright.
chance of a move away from Barcelona when his contract expires in the next season.
Okay, that will be sad for the Barca fans. Again,
Yeah.
my take on what you just said is you need the right leader, and believe me, things can change dramatically fast. Okay, there's a question from Kunal Pawar, and that is for Arun. Arun, do you see Inter Milan competing well in next season's Champions League with the same team and Conte staying? Now, that's an interesting question, Arun, because Conte is such a fictitious character. He's always having his fights with the board. So, what do you think?
So I'd like to break this into two for answering. The
Yeah.
first part, we are not going to play with the same team. We have new signings. Hakimi has joined us. We have Marash Kumbala joining us. We have actually signed the deal yesterday. And we have Tonali, which is
Right.
in really close stages of completions. So we would have a
Okay.
good team, a good young team for the next season. And for Conte staying, he said Conte himself has said that he married to a 3-year project at Inter. He has seen the vision. He
Okay.
has a future vision, and yeah, obviously he attacks the board so that he can protect his players, and he expects the
Okay.
same level of protection from the media as Juventus gave him. Juventus had a lot of control over the media, so there was literally no attack
Right.
on the Juventus team on him. But Inter is always under scrutiny of media. The Gazzetto, the
Yes.
Korean, they all focus on Inter because they are Turin-based media, and they all focus on Inter. So when the media write a lot of wrong things about Inter, he wants protection from the board, which the board is not giving. And he throws the
All right.
tantrums. It was so obvious at Chelsea too. So and yeah, we
Okay.
would be competing at Champions League, and hopefully Conte breaks his Champions League drought the next season.
Okay. Wonderful. Is there any more questions coming in from our viewers? Dennis Fernandez for Manchester City. If Manchester loses today, will Pep stay back? Wow. Ruin.
Yes, absolutely.
Ruin is really. I can
I
answer
don't
that
think
for
so. He's
Ruin. Is
going without a
absolutely
champ.
confident. Yes.
He's not going to leave
The only big question.
without a Champions League.
Yeah. So that's been
I believe
the
that. I feel.
final destination for Pep. He's desperate to win the Champions League football, and he won't get a better opportunity actually, because
Yeah,
of
actually.
course Bayern Munich is going to be tough, and then of course the finals also is just a one-legged affair. Maybe the downfall for Manchester City over the last few seasons could have been they've been losing out on the two-legged affairs. You know, strange to
Yeah.
say, but maybe the two-legged affairs has been affecting them, and this is going to be the T20 of football, single game knockout, and maybe that might just suit Manchester City and Pep Guardiola, to the T.
Yeah. It's like now or never. Like
Now or never.
no second
Okay.
chance.
No second chance. All right. We have a Barca fan out here. So there's a question for the Barca fan. Who do you keep in mind as a Barca's new coach? We've
For me
discussed that.
personally,
Now.
yeah, I would want Xavi. I really
Okay.
would like Xavi to be back at Barcelona, but it does not seem pretty realistic as of now. So I
You
think
think again that could
Pochettino,
be because of the you think that could be again because of the president's situation and the scenario, the political,
yes, it is
the
a
politics behind.
yeah, yeah. So we need to wait for the elections to happen, which will happen pretty soon. And I hope there are no
Okay.
decisions made up till the elections are done. And
Okay.
Pochettino, I think, is a good chance. I think there is a good
That next
possibility that
question to you, Vedant Roy is posed. Do you think Pochettino is a good replacement for Setien?
Pochettino is a fantastic manager. He would be a good replacement. He would be. We would love to have him. But as Barcelona, what situation we are going through, I think we need Xavi more. The player needs the confidence who has been in their shoe before at Barcelona. We
Right.
we do not buy
So
the Barcelona team, which was the greatest. They did not used to buy big money players. They used to create players, and I think we need Xavi
right.
to bring in the same mentality back at the club.
Yeah. So as we discussed, the last three signings of Griezmann, Coutinho, and Dembele, That's been almost like a Galactico kind of signings. You
Yeah,
diverted your philosophy and gone a little bit towards the Real Madrid way of functioning, actually.
exactly. Which is not
All
suiting us
right.
at all. We are Barcelona. We need La
Wonderful.
Masia players in our first team.
All right. Wonderful. And Vedant Roy's got a question for the Bayern fan. Atharva, would you go into the Man City game with the mentality that you're the favorites? Okay, that's an interesting one.
I am actually nervous. We have
You're actually
with
no.
the Yeah, but I was with before the Barca game as well. I am confident in our attack, but it's not going to be like the Barcelona game at all. It's going to be a lot
True.
closer. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, Vedant, and to answer that, favorites, I think it's going to be a 50-50 game because Pep Guardiola, in fact, we are playing a very, very similar kind of a Pep Guardiola kind of a game, uh, which we executed under Pep when he was at Bayern Munich. So, and now we're going to take him on at his own game, high line of defense, high pressing game. It's going to be a mirror image of what Pep Guardiola is going to be putting up. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. At best, it's going to be a 50-50 game. And I think with this, we are going to call it a wrap. The questions are exhausted. And I would like to thank all the panelists who have participated today. They've been wonderful. It was nice to hear their views and their comments. And we got a correct answer, and it's come from Arun Krishnan. Yes, Arun, the Interfriend, has given the answer, and it is Steven Gerrard, who was the player to have scored a goal in the finals of the Champions League, Europa Cup, FA Cup, and the League Cup. So, congratulations, Arun. That was a great answer. And you're going to win yourself a nice branded flip flop. So, you can enjoy that. And with this, we're going to call it a wrap to the second episode of the Fanspire Football Podcast. Till we see you guys again next week. Till then, cheers.